Yes.
I do hear you, Stanton. How are
Okay.
you today?
Okay, we good. We good then. I'm good. I'm good, Ambassador. It's good to see you. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start the show, Diamond, because the ambassador is like 8 hours away from us. So right now it's 12:40 a.m. to where I don't know. He's somewhere around the world. So we're going to go ahead and just jump straight into this thing. Now the rest of the guys will meet us where they will meet us. The ambassador is here for only 1 hour. And then we got to go into the Emerald Corner letter and the conversation. We got to go into other discussion. We want to welcome you, Ambassador. We do appreciate you for accepting our invite to join us today. We heard a lot from you, right? A lot on OK FM. We say shout out to OK FM, a great radio station as well. You went there, you spoke, and we're happy to have you to give you the chance to dig deeper. Welcome to the show, sir.
Stanton. Thanks to Diamond Slanted. Lorena, how are you? Has been a long time. And thanks to Councilor Ballard.
Ambassador, a lot of far away from the microphone, I believe.
No,
If you
I'm
want to
using my I'm not using the phone, I'm using my iPad. So that's why I think I'm close to it.
yeah.
Are you hearing me now?
Oh, yeah, it's good now. Right there, we're good. We're super good.
Okay.
Yeah. Ambassador, let's get to it. You know, we want to welcome every one of you. Continue sharing the show. We got Ambassador Sheik M Mustafa Kouyateh. He's in studio from where he joined us via this medium. We want to say to you, Ambassador, we heard a lot. You know, we talk about you spoke about the border issue. And so therefore we just go one, two, three, jump into them because we do not have enough time. Let's just go back to your conversation on OK FM. You said something amazing, and I would like to play so maybe just a little bit of it, and then we will take the conversation from there. Oh boy, I'm sorry, Ambassador. Our producer deleted what I planned to play. But you know what you say on OK FM concerning the border. Can you bring us up to speed?
Fellow Liberians and panelists of the Spoon Talk on this 18th day of August 2026, 23:42 p.m. to where I am in Nairobi. I would like to reiterate what I stated on OKFM regarding the land dispute between Liberia, the border dispute between Liberia and Guinea. In my mind, in my understanding, I don't think that we should have gone as far to where we are now, because initially, in up to present, there is still possibility to resolve our differences as brotherly sisterly countries, for the fact that the two countries have allowed in culture, have allowed uh, in terms of culture, in terms of being African states, and in terms of being neighboring countries. The situation about the border began when the current Minister of Local Government, but then he was Minister of Internal Affairs, had gone to Gegedu to negotiate for the release of the equipment that was taken away that was seized by the Guinean authority to Guinea. And when he went to Guinea, unfortunately, the equipment wasn't given to him. And the person that he had gone to meet, the prefect, who is like a superintendent, was not there, Mara. So when he came back, we got information. I was contacted by Minister of Foreign Affairs through the Deputy Minister of Administration at night at 10 p.m. that tomorrow morning you are going to Lofa with a team. On that delegation was the then Minister of Internal Affairs, now Minister of Local Government, was heading the delegation, followed by the Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of Liberia, General Follet, along with Ambassador Pearson of Ministry of Foreign Affairs, myself, Deputy Assistant Minister of Justice for Correction, Assistant Minister Allen from the Ministry of National Defense, and the coordinator of joint security. I have forgotten his name, for the Ministry of Justice. We left Monrovia we shall left in the morning, but we left around 2. There was some delay, and we got to Lofa at night. The following day in the morning, we traveled to the border from Foya, we slept in Foya. The following day by 9 a.m., we traveled to the border. When we got to the border, we sat on a palava hut very close to the riverbank. But that palava hut was of the flag of Liberia there. Then they called the Joint Security Commander, who is an immigration officer, to come and brief the team. The immigration officer had on white t-shirt and a khaki trouser. When he began to explain to us about what happened when the Guineans crossed to Liberia, then I asked him a question. Why did they cross to come to our side? He said, because we moved the flag from where it was and bring it forward. That's the reason why they came. So immediately I said to the Minister of Internal Affairs, I asked him, who sent you? And he stated the commissioner. When he said the commissioner, everyone was there, and I said to the Minister of Internal Affairs, then Minister of Internal Affairs, that this statement this guy is making, are you aware that we moved flag from one location to the superintendent of Lofa County was there. He immediately responded, Ambassador, this is not what we are here for. Then they told the gentleman, if you're not well dressed, you should leave. He was not in uniform. So he said, you can't be John Security briefing us, you're not well dressed. So everybody wanted to talk to him like that. Then from one thing or another, the Minister of Internal Affairs, then Minister of Internal Affairs, now local government minister, made communication to the Guinean Minister of Administration and Territorial, the same as Minister of Interior. When he called, the guy was speaking French. So the minister asked me to interpret to him, to answer the phone and respond to the gentleman. So when I responded to the call, the minister was saying that we just arrived in Gikudu. We are sending we're sending convoy to you people to receive you at the border. So I communicated that to the minister. The minister said, no problem, I'm waiting for you. While waiting, there was a group of people that came across from the border that were involved initially. They are from the Guinea side. Also, they have very good relationship with the community on the Liberian side. So they came out to say that the minister, there's no need for us to go there. We should discuss it, here. So I said to the minister, they said we should discuss it there. They were speaking Kisti. I don't understand what all they were saying actually. But what he said in English was that you can resolve this thing here. So in short, we crossed. We went to Guinea. We went to Guinea side. The chief of staff with 2 or 3 of his bodyguards, the Joint Security Commander, the police commander, and the entire team that left from Monrovia were all crossed. With some elders from Solomba border, they also crossed along with us. So we went there, we had a meeting at a superintendent office. During the meeting, the Minister of Internal Affairs of Guinea, the Co-Administration and Territorial Minister, Conde, he asked, where have the flag been before this incident? The minister was the only person responding to the question, responding to the minister of Guinean authority. And he stated the location where it was. Then the minister asked him, why did you move the flag from where it had been and brought it further? So the minister tried to bring about tradition, about cause in the nephew or something business. He said, listen to me. From President Dotam, Topmantan, Topatan, Samarkand Dotam, Charles Dotam, he called all the former presidents, including former President Weah. And he said, now, why this? You didn't do it at this time, but now you choose to remove the flag this time around. So the Guinean minister said that they cannot discuss anything with us until we remove the flag from where we place it and carry it back to where it had been. During that, then the minister requested that we should also request about the equipment. The Guinea authorities said that they will verify the equipment. If it is not a money equipment, if it is only for sand, they will give it to Liberian authority. But if the equipment is meant for money, they will not give it to us. So in short, we went in the prefect office as a team to have a meeting and come back to respond to the Guinea authority. We went in there to have a meeting. The minister asked me, Ambassador, what do you think? I said, the minister, the best solution is that you suspend the superintendent and tell the Guinean authority that the national government is unaware of what happened at the border. Suspend the superintendent will reduce the tension. Then you can handle things from that end. Immediately, the commissioner, to suspend the commissioner. Immediately, the superintendent of Lofa County, the minister, they all interrupted. No, it can't happen. It can't be that way. We can't handle that. The best way to handle it, we know how to handle it. So in short, we conclude that we will tell them that we inform national government, and whatever decision that come out of it, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the national government will inform them through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So we went back for the meeting to conclude, and we said to the minister that regarding the flag, we can assure you we will carry the flag back to where it was, and we will also respond to you through the national government, through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So when we got to Foya, we had a town hall meeting with villagers, with those residents of Solomba border. During our meeting, the minister was addressing the people in Kisi because of language barrier. Most of them don't understand English. So he spoke to them in Kisi, and after everything, he said that they would remove the flag. But we actually left the flag to that same location. We drove, we went to Foya town, we slept. In the morning we were going. On our way back to Monrovia, approaching Bon County, I received a call from the minister. He said, Ambassador, the people have done it, the soldiers have crossed to Liberia side. I said, how, Chief? He said, they have crossed. I said, but I will remove the flag, we carry back to the police. They said, yes, but they have crossed to our side. So he said, can you call the superintendent in Gekidu? I called the superintendent, I couldn't get him, so I called the governor of that resided in Zedekore, because we met all of them there during a meeting and they shared their contact with us. So he said that he's not aware what's happening, but that he will inquire. So I called the minister. I said, Minister, because he was in his car, I was in the assistant minister for defense car, Allen, John Allen. I think his name is Charlie Allen, something like that. So in short, we got to Monrovia. Later on, we saw on the news that the citizens, resisted the Guinean soldiers, and the Guinea flag was to the border by the water side, and across where we had a meeting, and the Liberia flag was there. So they had that misunderstanding. So when we got to Monrovia, I was in the same car with Ambassador Pearson. I said, Ambassador Pearson, he said yes. I said, this issue can be resolved very amicably. He said, what do you think? I said, if the national government inform the people that what happened with our joint security taking our flag from that place to the other location, because the place like a neutral ground, there was no flag there. Guinea flag was not there, Liberia flag was not there. What they took Liberian flag. And when you cross the river to Liberia side, it's right by that river bank where the flag was taken. It's like maybe 5 minutes walk, 5 minutes walk or 3 minutes walk for where the flag was before to where it was taken. So when we are in the evening, the next day, the assistant minister called me, Ambassador, he said, where are you? I said, I'm at home, Caldwell. He said, I'm coming to you. We have finalized the report, so we all have to sign it. So I called Ambassador Pierre and said, what do you think? Have you read the report? He said, I read it. Then I showed and said, but they didn't include how it started. I said, sign that report. You think it's something good? He said, Ambassador, I cannot say anything, but let me think about it. So Ambassador Allen called me from a location, and I told him that I had left my house. I was going elsewhere. Later on, I told him that I was not available to sign. The following week, that happened the weekend. On a Monday or Tuesday, I went to Minister of Foreign Affairs and meet Ambassador Pearson. And I said to him that we briefed the Minister of Foreign Affairs about what happened. He said, because we all agreed that we should allow the central government to respond to the authority. He said, I have spoken to her, brief her, but I think it's also better for yourself to go and brief her. So I went and met the Minister of Foreign Affairs. I said, Madam Minister, he said, how was it? I said, it was fine, but the situation at the border can be resolved if we do the right thing. She said, what is that? I said, I asked the Minister of Internal Affairs that the gentleman who ordered the Joint Security Commander, the immigration officer, to move a flag for where it had been to the new location close to the riverbank, that he should suspend the commissioner and write the Guinea, inform the Guinea authority that the national government is unaware of what happened. She said, we said that to them. I said, yeah, I said it. He said, what did they say? I said, nobody listened to me. So she said, what you do, I advise you go and inform the president. Immediately, I left. I went to the president's house. When a few minutes, I was able to meet with the president. And I said to the president, Mr. President, the report I was giving to you, I didn't sign. He said, why did he sign? I said, the reason why I didn't sign is that information that was placed in our report was not complete. He said, what was not in the report? I said, the genesis, what led to the people crossing to us, or what led to the commotion, was not mentioned in that document. Then he said, what led to it? I said, the Minister of Internal Affairs, when he crossed, that's exactly what I said. I said, when he crossed from Guinea, because you couldn't get equipment, the mining equipment. He couldn't get it from the Guinea authority. He gave order. I said to the president that he gave order to the commissioner, and the commissioner ordered the Joint Security Commander to move the flag from where it was and carry forward in front. That's what brought the problem. The president said, but I'm not aware of that. I said, yeah, that's exactly what happened. After 2 weeks, I received a letter from the Ministry of State that the president had instructed that I should give a statement to the Ministry of Justice. Later on, I received a communication through the Ministry of Justice to make a statement. When I went to the Ministry of Justice, I was to meet with the Deputy Minister, but then he had traveled. The Joint Security Command, the Joint Security Coordinator, he's from the Ministry of Justice too, was the one there with an officer from immigration, and another gentleman from the Armed Forces of Liberia. During our meeting at the Ministry of Justice, I wrote the same statement as I said here, like I said on OKFM, and I said to them that the president instructed that I should forward the report. I hope the report will be done in the soonest possible time. But in 2 months' time, if you could not publish a report, whenever I'm contacted, I will publicly say exactly what happened. Then they laugh about it. They say, no, we will send a report to the president as soon as possible. So to my utmost surprise, I thought that the president was already aware, or the report was already published to Liberian people. So when I was on OKFM, I was invited to discuss about African people movement, Pan-African continental movement. Then a question came about that border issue. And I explained exactly what I just said. That the Minister of Local Government, then Minister of Internal Affairs, was the one who instructed the commissioner to do the act. The reason why I said the minister said it, because the minister refused to take action